What's up, my beautiful Aquarius? Welcome to your September 2019 astrology forecast. I am your host, the spiritual bodybuilder. Thank you for tuning in, checking out my channel. Apologize for this coming out a little bit late, but we're here now, so let's get right into it. All right, so what does September have in store for you? Well, some really intense energies going on because Saturn, the ruler of time and space, in your 12th house is going direct on September 18th. So basically, that energy dominates the month, and that energy in your 12th house is unconscious. It's all the deep, dark stuff that we don't know about, that we don't see. And, so this can be confusing, can be weird. You don't really know what's going on. You may feel really out of sorts. But as it goes direct, it's going to start clearing out all these energies and all this stuff. And, it's going to be very beneficial, of course, but it could bring up some really weird, funky stuff. So this is, of course, a great time to just let go and allow the change to transform you. Okay. And we have a new moon at the very beginning. Well, actually on August 30th, but basically the energies are going into the beginning of the month. And that energy is in your 8th house. So, all these personal planets in the 8th house they're going to be significant for other people's money, for feeling things really, really deeply, maybe bringing up and out some extrasensory perceptions, some psychic gifts, or some deeply embedded wounds down there that you never really want to look at. The 8th house is about like the secrets that we keep from ourselves, right? And like the esoteric knowledge that our higher self has, but we don't want to look at. So this could be drudging up, but there's a lot of positive aspects here. We have trines from Uranus in the 4th house going to the 8th house, and we also have trines to the 12th house. So this is a lot of like purging kind of energy and identifying what it is that we really want, in particular with Uranus in the 4th house. What's going on in your home and family? What's going on with your living situation? How do you want that to look? And what are you lying to yourself in your mind? And what are you doing that's incompatible with the vision that you have in your mind? Okay, this is going to bring to light what these things are, and it could feel uncomfortable as coming up, but as it does come up, because it will, you allow it to go through and teach you. So there's a lot of learning, teaching, mentoring kind of energy right here. You may even you may even materialize, mentors or situations or experiences that are going to teach you some really deep lessons here. Okay. So we have that energy coming in at the beginning of the month. Then we have a double yod on September 10th. Now the moon is going to be in your sign, all right, in your first house of your identity. When this happens, the sun is going to be in Virgo. And then we have the North Node that's going to be in your 6th house. So, and then Jupiter is going to be a part of this too, which is in your 11th house. But the sun and the moon in the North Node tell me that this is seeing things about your destiny, how you want your life to look, your destiny, and how you want to look within yourself as you go forward into this whole new this whole new world. Your identity is being transformed underneath the surface, right? So you may not even see it or understand it going on. You could have a lot of really weird dreams. I would suggest getting a dream journal, writing that stuff down, because the subconscious mind speaks to us in symbols and colors and feelings. It doesn't analyze things. It comes through and it speaks to the conscious mind in a different way. And then all of a sudden, when you let go, you let it come through. It's like, oh, you have this epiphany, this aha moment, this makes sense. And these dots are connecting. These dots are all connecting. It's great. So a lot of dots connecting, especially with Saturn getting ready to go direct. That's like boom, boom, boom. This for the last 6 months, it's been retrograde. So maybe things from about 6 months ago will be coming up, so you can see the light of it and learn the lesson and move forward and move on. Okay. So look for a lot of clarity, a lot of understanding, a lot of aha moments right around the 10th. And then just 3 days later, we have a full moon in Pisces in your 2nd house. So this is going to be a very transformative, very intense full moon, because we have Neptune. The full moon is conjunct Neptune, and it's opposed the sun and Mars. So Mars opposed Neptune in and of itself is very like Mars wants to charge forward, go make shit happen. Neptune is like, let's all be one, right? So it can be a very contradicting energy. And with the sun being opposed, like we can, be a little delusional, calling out our own bullshit, or we can be falling into the trap of our own bullshit. Okay. So be careful of that, because we have black moon Lilith also just 3 degrees away. And that energy can be influencing this energy. And it can be really, that could be really like, we can get angry, or we can feel almost like there's something going on. We might want to like get back at somebody, or we might want to, not take the highest road to solve a problem or a situation. And this is directly influencing your self-worth and your self-confidence, right? So say somebody talks some shit or whatever, and Jupiter is in your 11th house. So, you're out there in the world, somebody's talking shit, and then you're like, well, fuck you. I'm going to get down to your level and talk shit. And after that, you're just going to be like, oh man, why did I do that? And then that person's going to be like, see, this person said this, and it's going to make you look bad. And it's just going to be bad for everybody. Okay. So hold your tongue. Try not to take action on whatever things, aha moments or epiphanies that you may be having, because they could be a little bit outside reality, if you will. They could be a little bit like, yeah, no, that's not really, I don't really think that's really realistic. Okay. So be careful with that. But we have that full moon. It's going to be a very intense time. So that's a time to just step back and a lot of emotional shit's going to come up. Okay. And it's going to influence and directly affect your self-worth and self-confidence. So just remember that and sit back and just let it be what it is. Okay. On the 18th, then just 5 days later, we have Saturn going direct. So Saturn's going to be stationed during this too, and that's in your 12th house. Oof, man, because let's see, we have Pisces that basically rules the 12th house. Okay. And, it is sextile over to Saturn, which is good, but it's like it's communicating well and allowing you to let it go easier, but you have to consciously let things go. Okay. Things may not be what they seem, really. All right. So, but once Saturn goes direct, we're going to be understanding that it's going to become clearer. It's going to be like, okay, I can go forward now. I got this. It makes sense. All right. Things that didn't make sense before may start making sense now. It's a good thing. All right. So September 23rd, we have the sun moving into Libra. So we basically have all this energy coming from your 8th house to your 9th house. Hallelujah. It's a good thing. The 9th house is going to be a much more playful and exciting and tentative kind of energy, in the sense that like, now we purged out all this stuff from the 8th house. We may even learn some new things about ourselves, some secrets that, came out. Now we're going to blend it into our belief systems. Okay. Like, maybe learning something about ourselves made me realize and think, I want to do this, or I want to learn this, or try this, or I want to see more of this. Okay. And as you do, you're going to implement that into your beingness, into the person that it is that you're changing. You may even get the desire to like really dig deep into some kind of esoteric, learning system, even like astrology. If you're listening to this, I wouldn't doubt it. Or, some other kind of, outside the box thought process that makes you see the world differently. Okay. So on the 14th, just the day after the full moon, we're going to have Venus and Mercury head into Libra. Then on the 23rd, we have the sun moving into Libra. And then shortly after, we're going to have Mars heading over there too. So a lot of shifting from that deep, dark 8th house crap to the 9th house, expansive, sort of explosive, let's get ready and do this kind of energy, which is going to be exciting. But we have a new moon in Libra, 5 degrees of Libra on the 28th of September. And this is going to be in the 9th house, yes, but it's going to be directly opposed by 1 degree off with Chiron in the 3rd house. So Chiron in the 3rd house, we could be lying to ourselves a little bit. This is about communication in regards to our belief systems. So this is a lot of self-communication, what is our self-talk like? And that's a big discussion right now all over the place. But for you, it's going to be very powerful at the end of the month. but there's also a lot of other really good energy that is going to focus on really seeing our own bullshit and seeing how we're getting in our way or how our self-talk is being counterproductive. Okay, so this is a very deep learning time for you guys, especially with the foundational energy here is in your 12th house with the Saturn Pluto South Node conjunction. And so that is going to be like incredibly, like, you could have things going on and happening that you just do not understand why. All right, the key is to just be okay with not understanding why. And you know, with Jupiter being in your 11th house, you're going to be like, say that you don't know what's going on, but you know, you have these weird impulses and feelings that are just coming at you, right? And you want to get out there into the world. So okay, so it may not make perfect sense, but if you almost, like, this is a good channeling energy. Like, if you quiet your mind and you just let the information flow and you find a way to really fine tune that channeling type capacity, it's going to come, and people are going to get it, and you're not going to understand why, right? But you're like, okay, it works. I don't know why it works. I don't know how it works. It just does work. So I'm going to keep going with it. And learning how to channel, or learning how to sort of have this information come through you and get to that and get it out there to the world. Like, wow, holy shit, that works. And I don't get it. I don't understand why. And Aquarius in and of itself is very outside the box. I have an Aquarius moon, right? So, you know, we think different than everybody else. And most people may not understand it at all, but you may draw some really cool, unexpected things into your world that way. And through that unknown, unorthodox process is where you'll discover that next layer of your life purpose. Okay, so I hope that helps. I hope that resonates. If it does, please leave me a comment below and let me know, you know, if any of this stuff is happening to you, because I'm pretty stoked to see if it does. So I'm going through a little bit myself, being Aquarius moon. All right, and please like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. If you'd like a reading from me, please go to trinityfitnessastrology.com. Very grateful. Thank you very much, and I'll see you on the next video.